There are fragrances you wear, and there are fragrances that wear you. Today, we dive deep into the timeless magic of Floris No. 89, a scent that's not just admired but endlessly complimented across the United States. Why do so many people stop and ask about it? Why does it leave such a lasting impression? Stay with me, because what you'll discover about this iconic fragrance might just change the way you think about scent forever. To understand why Floris No. 89 commands such admiration, we have to journey back in time. Imagine London in the early 1950s, a city rebuilding itself with a quiet but determined elegance. Amid the cobblestone streets and historic charm, a fragrance was born at 89 Jermyn Street. It wasn't just a new scent on the market, it was a declaration, a statement of refined masculinity, of heritage and quiet strength. Floris No. 89 carried within it the soul of tradition, but spoke with a voice that felt daringly modern for its time. It became the secret weapon of gentlemen who understood that true power doesn't shout, it whispers. And while the world around it changed, this fragrance remained timeless, untouched by fleeting trends. It's this incredible origin, this spirit of enduring sophistication, that sets the stage for why today, in a completely different world, Floris No. 89 still captures hearts in an instant. Founded in 1730 by Juan Famenias Floris and his wife Elizabeth, Floris of London began as a dream to bring the essence of the Mediterranean to the heart of England. What started as a modest barbershop and perfumery soon grew into something far more iconic. For generations, the Floris family remained at the helm, crafting fragrances with meticulous care, earning royal warrants, and becoming the trusted name behind the scents worn by kings, queens, and legends of their time. Their shop at 89 Jermyn Street wasn't just a store, it was a sanctuary for those who understood the quiet power of fragrance. Winston Churchill, Marilyn Monroe, Ian Fleming, they all found something extraordinary within those walls. But Floris wasn't about chasing fame or fortune. It was, and still is, about tradition, craftsmanship, and a deep understanding that a truly great fragrance tells a story without ever speaking a word. Floris No. 89 would become one of their proudest achievements, a fragrance crafted not to impress the moment, but to endure through time itself. What sets Floris No. 89 apart from countless other fragrances isn't just its history, it's the careful artistry inside the bottle. From the very first spray, it's clear this is no ordinary scent. It opens with a vibrant burst of bergamot and orange, a bright and lively introduction softened by the calming influence of lavender and neroli. There's a subtle spiciness too, thanks to a touch of nutmeg, adding a layer of intrigue beneath the freshness. It's a composition that immediately feels alive, confident but never overpowering. As the fragrance settles, the heart reveals its true character. Geranium and rose bring a quiet floral elegance, balanced with the exotic softness of ylang ylang. It's here that No. 89 begins to feel deeply personal, adapting gently to the skin, whispering a story unique to each wearer. And then, the final act, a foundation of cedarwood, sandalwood, and vetiver, enriched with the earthy strength of oak moss and softened by a delicate trace of musk. This is where No. 89 truly leaves its mark. The dry down is warm, inviting, and deeply masculine, yet never harsh. It's a scent that lingers, not in an intrusive way, but in the kind of way that makes people lean in closer, curious, drawn by something they can't quite name. Floris No. 89 is a masterclass in balance, fresh but grounded, classic, yet surprisingly modern. It doesn't chase trends or shout for attention. Instead, it commands respect with quiet, timeless elegance. Every note is placed with intention, every transition between layers telling a story of sophistication, depth, and effortless charm. In a sea of loud and synthetic fragrances, Floris No. 89 stands like a beacon, refined, enduring, and utterly unforgettable. But what truly elevates Floris No. 89 beyond a simple fragrance is the emotional response it awakens. Scents have the rare power to transport us, to pull at hidden memories, stir old dreams, and awaken forgotten feelings. Floris No. 89 does this effortlessly. One breath, and suddenly, you're standing taller, moving with greater purpose. There's a quiet confidence that seems to wrap around you like an invisible armor. It's the kind of feeling you don't announce. It's simply felt, by you and by everyone around you. It's a fragrance that speaks to inner strength. It doesn't beg for approval. Instead, it reminds you that you already have everything you need within you. It connects you to a lineage of timeless elegance, a lineage of men who led with honor, intelligence, and grace. Many who wear Floris No. 89 talk about how it makes them feel calm yet commanding, grounded yet magnetic. It's a scent that doesn't just complement an outfit, it elevates a mindset. Wearing it feels like stepping into a more refined version of yourself, one who chooses purpose over pretense and dignity over noise. In a world that often rushes and shouts, Floris No. 89 invites you to slow down, to savor, to remember that true impact is made quietly, but lastingly. It's not just about smelling good. It's about feeling right, rooted, resilient, and ready for whatever life brings. As the quiet power of Floris No. 89 continued to enchant wearers in Britain, it was only a matter of time before its influence crossed the Atlantic. In the early days, it wasn't launched with grand marketing campaigns or flashy advertisements. Instead, it arrived in the United States much like a whispered secret, passed between discerning individuals who valued authenticity over hype. At first, it was the well-traveled, the collectors, the ones who sought out the rare and the meaningful who brought it home. They introduced it into circles where heritage and craftsmanship mattered, among writers, diplomats, artists, and entrepreneurs who understood the weight of history behind every drop. Unlike many fragrances that needed celebrity endorsements to thrive, Floris No. 89 built its reputation in America through word of mouth and quiet reverence. It wasn't about popularity, it was about respect. Those who wore it were often asked, "What is that you're wearing?" And more often than not, they would smile knowingly, choosing to keep the secret a little longer. But what about today? Why, decades later, is Floris No. 89 not just surviving, but thriving, pulling in compliments everywhere from boardrooms to brunch dates? Let's explore why this scent continues to be an unstoppable force in the US. In a market flooded with bold synthetic scents fighting for attention, Floris No. 89 stands apart like a quiet revolution. It doesn't need to shout to be heard. It doesn't rely on outrageous packaging or gimmicky marketing. Instead, it cuts through the noise by simply being itself, authentic, refined, unmistakable. While other fragrances seem designed to grab you by the collar, No. 89 extends a hand, firm, steady, and unmistakably sure of itself. It's a reminder that true sophistication never begs for the spotlight. It commands it by sheer presence. Those who wear Floris No. 89 aren't looking to follow trends or fit into the latest fad. They're looking for something lasting. Something that feels like an extension of their character, not a costume they put on. In a world obsessed with the temporary, Floris No. 89 offers something rare, permanence. It's the scent of the man who doesn't just enter the room. He becomes the standard by which everything else is measured. But why does Floris No. 89, more than so many others, seem to draw genuine compliments again and again? The answer lies deeper than just a pleasant smell. It's in the science of human connection. Our brains are wired to respond emotionally to scent. When we encounter a fragrance that feels both familiar and intriguing, it triggers the limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for emotions, memories, and even subconscious behavior. Floris No. 89, with its balance of bright citrus, calming lavender, and grounding woods, strikes that emotional chord beautifully. It feels approachable, yet elevated, familiar, yet refined. People are naturally drawn to what makes them feel safe, nostalgic, and subtly energized. And Floris No. 89 accomplishes all of that in a single breath. It doesn't overwhelm the senses, it invites them to come closer. It doesn't create distance, it creates warmth. Research even shows that fragrances with citrus and floral notes are more likely to be associated with cleanliness, vitality, and trustworthiness, powerful traits that people instinctively gravitate toward. Layer that with the masculine grounding of vetiver and sandalwood, and you have a combination that feels complete, balanced, and profoundly attractive. In short, Floris No. 89 isn't just chemically pleasing, it's emotionally magnetic. Compliments aren't forced, they flow naturally because the fragrance taps into something deeper, something beautifully human. And that's the true genius behind its enduring appeal. In today's world, shelves are crowded with designer fragrances promising instant allure. Loud, attention-grabbing, and often aggressively sweet, many modern creations are engineered to dazzle the senses, but not necessarily to endure. They come in flashy bottles with even flashier marketing, designed to hook you in a heartbeat, and just as easily be forgotten. Floris No. 89, by contrast, plays an entirely different game, one that values substance over spectacle. Where modern designer fragrances often rely on synthetic notes that can feel overpowering or artificial, Floris No. 89 leans into the natural richness of its ingredients. The bright burst of orange and bergamot, the herbaceous touch of lavender and neroli, the grounded elegance of cedarwood and vetiver. Each note in No. 89 feels deliberate, balanced, and deeply human. It's a fragrance built not for the trend of a season, but for the identity of a lifetime. While many designer scents chase the next big thing, No. 89 holds its ground, secure in its own excellence. It doesn't compete, it transcends. It's not about being the most noticeable scent in the room. It's about being the one everyone remembers long after you've left. Choosing Floris No. 89 isn't about rejecting modernity. It's about choosing authenticity over noise, craftsmanship over flash. It's a quiet, powerful statement that while trends come and go, true style, like true character, is timeless. And perhaps the most powerful testament to Floris No. 89's magic comes from the countless real stories shared by those who wear it. Stories of a stranger leaning in during a busy commute, just to say, "You smell incredible." Of an old friend at a reunion, suddenly overwhelmed by a wave of nostalgia they couldn't quite place until they asked about the fragrance. There are stories of quiet boardroom moments where respect was earned before a single word was spoken, and evenings when an introduction turned into a lasting memory simply because of the aura carried with every breath. It's these small, unscripted moments, the genuine reactions, the unforced compliments, that reveal the true soul of Floris No. 89. It doesn't just sit on the skin, it weaves itself into your story, and without trying, it makes you unforgettable. Floris No. 89 isn't just a fragrance, it's an experience, a legacy, a mark of timeless sophistication. It's a scent that doesn't chase attention, but commands it effortlessly. A fragrance that makes a statement without saying a word. If you're ready to stand apart, to leave a lasting impression, then Floris No. 89 is waiting for you. Don't just wear a fragrance, wear something that elevates every moment. Click the link below to discover your own bottle of Floris No. 89 and experience the compliments for yourself. Trust me, once you try it, you'll never look back.